Здравейте и добре дошли, аз съм Бил Басфайт, а това е 10-ти епизод от поредицата Моята Steam библиотека, където цъкаме всяка една игра, която имаме. Днешната игрица е Agatha Christie The ABC Murder. Честно казано, не е моят тип игра, поне се представям, че това е от онзи тип игрици, които търсите някакви предмети, разкривате някакви загадки, някакси не толкова динамично, повече статично и трябва да напрегнете малко силното вещество или поне да следите за какво става въпрос в играта, което в принцип е окей, но просто този жанр игри, като е съответно с по-малко екшен сцени, не е толкова заребяващ. Честно казано, нямам големи очаквания за играта, но пък това може и да е плюс. Тъй като така играта има шанс да ни впечатли, понеже нямаме големи очаквания към нея. Създаваме нов профил и започваме. Предполагам, че това дебелчичко с мустаците сме ние. О, има си и бонзайче, само че съм си взел полука от предния епизод. И щом играта ми е твърде силна за слушалките, значи трябва да я намалим, понеже ще се бори с моя глас. Ще сложи някакси така. Мисля, че сме добре. Ами да започваме. Collect Ego Points. Някой чука на вратата. Воу. Това е доста с...
Some post for you, Poirot.
Mr. Hercule Poirot, you fancy yourself, don't you, at solving mysteries that are too difficult for our poor thick-head British police? Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. Perhaps you'll find this nut too hard to crack. Look out for Endover on the 21st of the month. Yours extra, A, B, C.
Oh, it's some sort of joke.
Maybe, but please remind me to inform Chief Inspector Japp.
Реално цялото нещо можеше да се реши, ако просто бяха отворили вратата да видят какво изпуска писмата. Примерно. Окей. Честно казано, анимацията не е кой знае какво, но вътрешно удовлетворение някак си ми дава за нещо добро.
It's here, Poirot. The murder took place in this street. Grim place indeed.
Tout à fait, Hastings. The streets of Andover are in a terrible state.
Look, there's Chief Inspector Japp. He's talking with a policeman.
Let us try not to get our shoes wet.
Да ви имам проблемите. Да си изцапвам обувчиците. И 1935 година. Да. Стандартното управление с мишка, но понеже виждам, че моят глас е тикат играта, което не е голям проблем. По-малки мъки. Но ще го сложим ето така. То 7%. О, ес! Ние сме дебеличко с мустак. Very nice.
Don't dilly-dally, Poirot. Chap will be waiting for us.
Окей. Явно
Don't
там.
dilly-dally, Poirot. Chap.
Разбрах. Hello there.
Over here, it's Hastings and Poirot. You missed the 9 o'clock train?
We took the 10:30. Luckily, the service is good to Andover.
So, Chief Inspector, what do we have?
The victim is called Alice Asher. She owned this tobacco shop. She was killed yesterday with a blow to the back of the head.
At what time?
Let me just check.
Дай да прочетем подсказките, че после ще се чуем кое, какво, защо. Какво? Така. Аха, значи така ще го гледаме.
Is Jap being too relaxed? Let us find the clues that prove it.
Relax altitude. Окей. Трябва да видим знаци за това, че е прекалено спокойно.
Indeed, Poirot. We were used to seeing you judge people with more discretion.
Мустак. Slightly smile.
Jap is in a good mood. I bet he thinks he's already caught the culprit.
The last customer to see Mrs. Asher alive left her shop at 5:30. The body was found at around 11 in the evening by an officer doing his rounds. The shop door was open. That's what alerted him.
Had anything been taken?
A little tobacco maybe, but you'd hardly murder for a few smokes. There's nothing of any real value in the shop.
What type of woman was Mrs. Asher?
In her 50s, married but separated, no children.
Her husband?
Aha, Franz Asher, the husband. Alcoholic and violent. It's said that he regularly insulted his wife and threatened to kill her.
Не, това е прекалено obvious. Това е прекалено obvious.
A little too easy, don't you think?
You like complications, don't you? Well, this time you may be disappointed.
Peut-être. May I examine the crime scene?
Of course, old chap.
I'll be with you in a minute, Poirot.
Да. Какво е това? Аха, тук са ни задачките. Добре. О! Окей. Тук ни е информацията за жертвата. А това какво е? Тук да си развиваме мозъчето, така ли? Да. Тялото е намерено в 11 часа. Така. И нищо не е откраднато. какво заключение може да стигне. Как да го свържа? Така ли го оставяме? Да си го мисли. Трябва да се случи нещо. Окей. Добре. Трябват ни още улики.
This fruit and vegetable shop has a front row seat, therefore an employee might have noticed something.
О, уи. Да разпитаме в съседния магазин. Или първо да разгледаме. Нека първо разгледаме място на местопрестъплението. Свалива шапката. Знак на уважение. Утре път е още пресен. Нека видим трупа тогава.
She has a packet of play cigarette next to her hand. Did she drop it when she fell?
Може този, който я убил, да ги е свърля, което бива голяма немърливост.
This poor woman's head is resting in a very even-shaped pool of blood. I can't see any other mark on the floor.
Разгледам по-скоро. Държи бележка.
The body is hidden by the counter and is not visible from the tobacco shop store. Many customers must have thought that Mrs. Asher had popped out.
Според мен има бележка.
The body is hidden by the counter. She just has one wound on the back of the head. There are no other wounds or sign of a struggle.
Явно е приспал с един точен удар в главата. ABC.
It's not just any railway guide. It's an ABC.
Исках да го завъртя.
It's not just any railway. It's open at the letter A. There are no prints on the book.
Това са някакви следи, но какво ни подсказват?
Red liquid is oozing out. Is it blood?
Това по-скоро е нещо друго. Ягоди.
It's just some strawberries that are losing their juice. They probably come from the fruit and vegetable shop opposite.
Със сигурност знаят. Поне кога се е случило. Или след колко. От колко до колко. Какво друго?
The counter is covered with fingerprints all on top of one another. Unfortunately, it will not be possible to use them.
Окей. Нека видим колко пари има.
The till does not appear to have been touched. I have to check that nothing is missing from it. Something is preventing the drawer from opening.
Добавили сме колко един цент.
It would be best to examine the rest of the till. A mechanism has just made a fan click.
Тая птичка.
The till is full of money, but there is something strange.
А 5-2 минус 2.
Something is hidden underneath.
О,
Something is hidden underneath.
как да го извадим? Според мен това се дърпа.
Something is hidden under...
То е ясно. Двойка. Минус двойка. Това няма логика.
I need to find the code.
Еми го тук 5 и 2,
I need to find the code. I need to find the code.
Другото е... не знам какво. Да не е 5 минус 2.
Something is hidden.
Разбрах. Лойката е последното число. 3-5-2, така ли?
I need to find the code.
3.
I need to find the code. I need to find the code.
3.
I need to find the...
Как? Значи двойката е последното число. Петичката е първото число. Това какво е? Какво трябва да се... Другото е 1-5-20. Това ако е 10. Число ми липсва. Къде? Къде се крие? Нещо очевидно е, но... Да не би да е Open 5D. Това не разбирам какво е. Не разбирам. Какво трябва да направя? Това е 8! Боже мой! Това било 8.
This must be the key to the back of the shop.
Аз си мисля, че символ за тая машина. Че символ за... О, боже мой, било 8. Ужас. 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 Ужас.
I've finished with this subject.
Ужас. Бесен съм. Прилича на квадрат, че прилича на машината за пари. Не казва я. Просто избеснявам в момента.
The place is unusually tidy for a crime scene.
Някой е дошъл и просто е изправил с вазата в главата. Това е, той не искал да вандалства. Страхотно това
Nothing
начин.
suggests any sign of a fight.
Няма е файт, той просто е шибнал в главата. Или са отровили ягодите. Това също е вариант. Не, тая някакво да е.
The door is locked.
Така ли налезехме
The
в ключа?
door is
Ах ти колко си доле. Ах ти колко си доле. Прилича на ключалка. Hier, oh, das ist cool.
What a strange box. It looks like you have to slide the slats of wood to open it. It is blocked.
Така ли? А защо просто не я разбиеш? Това е моят въпрос.
This button appears to activate a mechanism.
А можеше просто с едно чукче, пляс върху кутията и да не се занимава с глупости. Така. Така. Ами че май това е. Тук също.
That should do it.
Oui, monsieur. Нищо, че си англичан. Добре, дърпаме на грешната сте. Това ми
A
харесва.
necklace of bright blue stones.
Това са парички. Които можете...
Who is this young woman?
Познай от първия път. Трябва ли ти дедуктивна мисъл, за да се сетиш кой е?
To my dear Aunt Alice, Mary Drower.
Have you found anything?
Не, бе.
The victim has a niece. We must find her.
Този малко ме дразни, как ми седи на врата и ме наблюдава постоянно. А тя може и да е просто болна и да... Или е натровена, или просто...
Blood.
Да, явно. Нищо.
Did Alice Asher suffer from nosebleeds?
Ако е разбил носа. Това е другия вариант. Грешка, човешка. Без да иска.
An inscription in German. Souvenir of our honeymoon in the Black Forest. To my Alice forever, Franz Asher. The Ashers were a lovely couple when they were young.
Oui, monsieur. Very lovely. Искам да видя какво има зад картината. Гледал. Хо. Много пъзели. Страхотно. Добре.
It is blocked.
Явно първо трябва да минем горния пъзел.
Such a pretty decoration should be at the center of the motif to respect the symmetry.
What should we do? Окей. Средното не може да се. Уляля, да не. Кой да знае.
The wooden flower is
Разбрах, не ми се обясни. Окей, трябва да намерим начин да го прекараме. В момента се чувствам като в игри на волята. После има ли как? Значи как трябва да дойде така? Добре. Трябва да намерим тази позиция. Или тази. Добре, това ще бъде бавно и мъчително.
I heard a faint sound as if something was unlocked.
Oui, monsieur. Не, това така.
It is blocked.
И да ви значи има още. Да отли. Няма повече. Трябва ли тук нещо да правим него? Тогава какво?
These drawings appear to be attached to the chest of drawers. They won't move.
Дали? Според мен трябва да се пробваш да ги натиснеш.
These drawings appear to be attached.
Отново механизъма най-вероятно не работи.
It is blocked.
Как така е блок, бе, батко?
It is blocked.
Дай да ги свържи. Нещо се активира, бе, какво? Празно, празно. Ах, колко сте долни. Какво значение? Виждахме нав. Окей. Нещо случи ли се? Можем да бутаме, така ли? Excusez-moi. Къде се върти ли се нещо? Добре, дай да гледаме. Пак гледам нагоре. Пак гледам настрани. Ето така, да. Сах. Гледа така, да. Тук чайката гледа надолу. Това е... Да. И последното. Настрани. Да видим. Колко подмолно. Видим.
Medicine.
Медицина. Медицина за какво? Някакво сиропче.
Laudanum-based cough medicine, Mrs. Asher, and Dover Morley Laboratory, London. It's strange to find such an elaborate medicine from a leading London laboratory in the home of such a modest woman.
А това е...
From Mr. Adam Flint, Royal Bank, Eastfield Road, Andover. To Mrs. Alice Asher, 5 Bishops Road, Andover. Dear Mrs. Asher, further to your request of 12 February 1935, I have informed my superiors of your wish to apply for a loan to acquire the lease of the shop you rent from Mr. Fairfax. Despite the seriousness of your case, I regret to inform you that your request has been denied. The amount of your personal contribution, £11, is not high enough and represents too small a part of the final transaction. I remain at your disposal for any questions. Adam Flint. Mrs. Asher's meager savings were not enough for her to own the tobacco shop, but will largely cover her funeral costs.
Колко suspicious. Да имаш достатъчно пари, колкото да се погребеш. Или да те погребат евентуално. Оля-ля. В ушенството ли се бъркна, братленци? Има доста голяма вероятност да е направил точно това. Но кои сме ние да го съдим?
This interior is very simple.
Колко е simple. Има си печка, с която да си затоплят чая. Има си мивчица, която пълни кофа с вода и вътре си мие ръчичките. И очевидно не достига за да си измие приборите.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Като си помисли, че едно време са живели по този начин. И колко привилегии имаме в момента в това.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Пак сме недоволни. Лампата мога ли да откара? Харесва ми този зелен свят. Успокояващо действо. Ами май това, аз не виждам какво да го може да видим в тази стая. Нахлепно си. А трупа ще го оставим тук, така ли? Expect the crimes. Пак ще е съспект. Не най-малко. Тя няма пари, които да изхяват. Excuse-moi. Нямам всички гледни точки. Добре. Стига
She just has...
Разгледах се всичко. Така че нека отидем в магазина от среща. Да поразпитаме.
I'll be with you in a minute, Poirot.
Окей. Не мога да разпитам така. Тоест има...
Is fruit and vegetable.
Има още нещо, което трябва да открием, така ли? Това не ми харесва. Не ми харесва ни най-малко.
Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
Видяхме всичко. Тук няма. Насам. Трябва да си направим заключението. Има ли още какво да видим? Това е ясно. Добре. Изпеква, ама то няма какво повече да изпеква. Така. Аха.
Mrs. Asher was killed here. The absence of marks in the shop and the regular shape of the blood stains indicated beyond a doubt.
Това абсолютната истина за света ли? Понеже имам леко усещане, че какво измисли? Какво липсва? Наистина не знам. Тук замислям. Нещо каза, което... О, шит.
So, Poirot, any news?
So, an ABC guide with no fingerprints, but prints all over the counter.
Normally, the tobacco shop does not sell ABC guides.
Exact. Mon ami, could you have a word with the neighbors? Some may have seen something.
Of course, my friend, I'll do it straight away.
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
We already do, my friend. We already do. Аха. А тук ги наслагам на посоки. Може би трябва...
The motive is definitely not financial gain. There is no sign of a struggle, and the till has not been forced or emptied. I think I've looked everywhere here. Let us see if I can find any more information in the shop's surroundings.
Ама чакай. Имаме още нещо. Оляля. Появаме. Стига, бе. Това още като видяхме...
Murderer deliberately left behind this ABC as a signature. The absence of fingerprints and the fact that it is open at letter A for Andover leaves little doubt.
Oh la la. Come on, monsieur. Let's go to the other shop and see what they have to say. Някой отворил сергията, докато...
4 pence a letters, a lovely large letters, 4 pence only.
Има зеленци, круши, лук, друг вид зелен. Това са ягоди. Това трябва да е нещо като царевица.
A bottle of poor quality vinegar. The smell could awaken the dead.
Що вижда така хубавия оцет? Първо да огледаме дамата.
This woman appears to be a smoker.
Това какво означава, че най-вероятно пазарува в магазина от среща и е редовен клиент. Дали има мотив да убие собственицата, понеже продава
She's
фалшиви
a big
цигари?
smoker. She must have been a customer at the tobacco shop.
Oui, oui, monsieur. Indeed. Хайде да си поговорим с него.
How much are your lettuce, please?
A lettuce? That'll be 5 pence, kind sir.
Започваме така разговора с нещо по нейната тема.
And what if I take 2?
Well, 2 are 10 pence, so what do you want?
Nothing, thank you. They do not look very fresh. Did you know Alice Asher well?
And for starters, who are you?
I'm Hercule Poirot, the detective.
You're foreign, that's for sure, with your accent and your odd way about you. And you're here about Alice's murder, I suppose. Well, I've nothing to say to you.
Did you speak to the victim yesterday?
No, I never saw her.
О, излезе да направя впечатление.
Please try and help me, madame.
Why should I help you? For your beautiful moustache? Heh. Come on, move along now. You're scaring away my customers.
Please, do not be ridiculous. One thing is certain. You are lying.
So I'm a liar, am I?
Yes.
Get away from my stall!
Обидите се, може да изшипа един тупаник. Надявам се убиеца да дойде и за теб, но няма да го разследвам. Ти да ми кажеш, че провалихме разговора, така ли?
You again? I've nothing to say.
Се усаждам цял ден.
You again?
Разна кучка.
Hey, Poirot. Is the greengrocer causing trouble? I'll sort her out.
No, please, leave her, Chief Inspector. I'll get her to talk later.
I found the victim's niece. She's waiting for you in the back of the shop.
Thank you, mon ami. I'll question her.
Някой реве.
Jap had the body removed out of respect for the victim's niece. His attention is commendable. Is her grief sincere?
Кой има тук, което може да ме ръкавите?
She appears to be very upset. She's dressed in mourning. She looks fragile. Please excuse me, mademoiselle Drop.
Ако ги оглеждаме твърде много за следи, стават suspicious, така бе. Спри да плачеш! Стига си рева!
You were very fond of your aunt, am I right?
She was the only family I had since my mother died.
If you are her only relative, you will be the only one who inherits.
Sir, my aunt was poor. And in any case, I'm not interested in any legacy.
Си мора да оплеска втори разговор.
My apologies. I see that you mean what you say. You are not very surprised when you heard what happened?
Oh, but I was. You see, it was a nasty piece of work, but up until yesterday, it was just empty threats. He shouted a lot, but she wasn't afraid of him. Why, he used to slink away when she turned on him. He was afraid of her, if you like.
Whoa.
Did your aunt enjoy good health?
She had a bad throat, but she was well cared for by a doctor in London.
Does Franz Asher work?
All he's done for years is drink and gamble, but he used to be a very good cabinet maker.
What does he live on?
My aunt used to give him 5 shillings a week.
Feelings.
Why did she support such a goods for nothing?
He was her husband. She couldn't leave him with nothing.
I understand. You have been of great assistance, mademoiselle. Please take this young lady home.
My pleasure.
Well, this Franz Asher does not seem to be quite so dangerous as Jab says. And since Alice Asher gave him money regularly, it was not in his interest to kill her.
Както заподозряхме още от началото. Но понеже този случай ще бъде доста заплетен, не знам дали има нужда да продължаваме. Дали ще има още случаи, които ще разбираме и съответно.
We have to wait for him to sleep it off. He's all yours, Poirot. There are a few things I need to check.
There must be some way of sobering him up.
I wonder what his wife used to do. He must have scared the customers away.
He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
Сягоски. И трябва да отида до задната стаичка да взема чаша кофата с вода и да го изплискам.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
От изтървава нещо.
It's Alice Asher's notebook. Ah, that's interesting. It probably contains information about her possible debtors.
Без да исках.
Bodley. The fruit seller has debts too. She will probably be more cooperative thanks to this piece of information. Mary Drower was telling the truth. Mrs. Asher regularly gave money to her alcoholic husband.
И така.
A box of new stockings.
Сега онази, дето не искаше да говори, ще яде книгата по главата. Hello, мадам. Чакай да видим това не е. Пак нещо също.
Strawberries, 6p a pound!
Хайде, де.
I am accusing you of the murder of Mrs. Asher.
What? It wasn't me!
According to the victim's account book, you owed her £10 for tobacco and magazines.
That's a lie. She owed me £1. I swear.
Enough lies.
It's not lies. But you're not quite as clever as what you think.
Now, please be so kind as to explain this.
Look at my account book. Alice owed me £11 for fruit and vegetables. I may have had a slate at her shop, but she had one at mine. She owed me £1. And that reminds me I have to get it back from her niece.
That is quite enough. Your account book has saved you, but I might ask Chief Inspector Japp to throw you in the cells for 1 or 2 nights while he checks your entries. Do you want to go to prison?
Prison? Now that's not fair. I haven't done nothing.
In that case, I am counting on your full collaboration.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir.
Nasrali gaștite!
Listen, I didn't kill Alice, I swear. But it's true that I did go to the shop yesterday.
At what time?
6 o'clock. She left me a note saying she wanted some strawberries if I got some. I received them late, about 6. So I took them over to her.
But you did not see her.
She wasn't in the shop, so I just put the strawberries on the counter and left.
Did you see anything unusual in the shop?
No. Well, maybe one thing. There was a railway guide on the counter. Alice didn't sell them. Maybe it's the customer who left it there.
You were not alarmed?
I thought Alice had just gone to get her medicine from her room and that she'd be straight back.
You mentioned medicine.
Something for her cough. She used to take it a lot.
Who do you think killed her?
France. Her scoundrel of a husband. He was always after her for something. Well, he's a foreigner. Sorry, sir. What I mean is he's German. That's even worse.
Did you see Franz Asher enter the tobacco shop late yesterday afternoon?
Well, no. But at that time of the day, the streets are packed, and I have better things to do than watch her shop.
Не, не, мъжа, това е ясно. Това също не, защото е твърде тъпа. Но пък е зла, което също е мотив.
The priority is to question Asher. The priority...
И да видим само какво сме събрали като информация. Ouh là là.
The murderer probably pretended to be a customer. He hit the shopkeeper from behind as he turned around to serve him. He's not in any condition to be questioned. I have to find a way to sober him up.
Как?
Nothing suggests any sign of a fight.
Аз отидох за кофата с вода, но ти не речи. Айде да видим какво трябва.
He's not in any condition.
Не знае. Примерно да тряснем книгата на земята, не знам. Или да отворим...
I've finished with this subject.
Другото, ако има някаква аларма за включване. Yes, тук видяхме. Кофата с вода. Или още по-яко.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Как да го събудя? Дай ми сили.
Mrs. Asher lived very simply.
Кофата с водата. Или просто някой да му шибне един шамар.
Red liquid is oozing out. No, it's just...
Как? Искам хинт. Какво се очаква от мен да направя, за да го събудя? Хинт.
I'll just borrow your bottle a moment.
Oh.
Take it. It's what Alice used to sober up her husband. But try not to empty the bottle.
Трябвало е да взема оцета. Това е безумно. Наистина.
He's not in any...
Сега ще стане.
Mes amis, I can say without a doubt that poor Mrs. Asher was killed between 5:30 and 6.
Killed when the street was packed with people. That's rather bold.
I've been talking to the neighbours, and
No one's seen anything? Or rather, it's anything and everything. Am I wrong?
no.
Yeah. We must grill this villain Asher before he falls asleep again.
Айде да го гледаме първо.
This man is in rather a bad state.
Някой му е ударил тупаницата. Или се е бил.
This man has been fighting and he smells of alcohol. Care for a cigarette, monsieur?
What's that? Scented cigarettes? No thanks.
Bien. I was trying to be friendly, but you are quite right. Let us get down to business. You threatened to kill your wife, and now she's dead.
So what? You shouldn't take things so seriously, sir. Nothing but empty threats. We didn't get on all that badly.
So, if things were going so well with your wife, why did you not live with her?
She was the one that left. Nothing to do with me, sir.
Ah, women are flighty creatures. Did she run away with another man?
Flighty? You talk funny. One thing for sure, if my wife was seeing another man, I'd have given her a good beating.
Interesting. And what were you doing yesterday at the end of the afternoon?
Can't recall.
You had been drinking again.
The occasional slap, sir, that's all.
And you cannot even remember how you ripped the coat?
I got it stuck in a door.
Asher, look me in the eye and tell me that you were in a fight.
I'm looking. No, I wasn't in a fight.
You are right.
Passe.
Looking at the state of you, you did not defend yourself. So someone gave you a good beating.
A beating? No way. All right, he tore my coat and gave me a black eye. You see the state of him?
Very interesting. Who is the other that you struck?
Probably best if I tell you everything. Yesterday afternoon, I met Roderick Tanner. We'd bet on a dog fight together.
An illegal bet, naturally.
Yes, sir. Our dog won. Roderick got the money, but he refused to give me my share.
And you fought about it. What time was this?
In the evening, about 6, I think. We were on the other side of town. You see, I couldn't have killed my wife.
Има ли бе, да? Но така или иначе не вярвам, че той е убил. Как ли
Asher's
лютият?
alibi appears to be confirmed. All the same, I'm going to call and check that he did have a fight with this Tanner on the afternoon of the murder. You can never trust this sort of chap.
One thing is certain, Asher was a ruffian who used to beat his wife.
But he is not very educated. It certainly was not him who wrote the letter signed ABC. Let's
Да, и
resume
не е
these things.
достатъчно умен.
We know the murderer pretended to be a customer. He did not kill her for money. That appears to be certain.
I agree with you on that point.
And the murderer left an ABC guide as a signature. Therefore, it's likely he wrote the letter.
Indeed, but that doesn't explain why and how he did it.
You are quite right. Why he did it is a mystery. But as for how he did it, we do know enough to try and reconstruct the events.
Сега ще видим как е праска по главата с вазата ли.
The killer enters the shop. Mrs. Asher turns around to greet her customer. The murderer asks her for some tobacco. She turns her back to him. He seizes the opportunity to strike her. He then places the ABC upside down before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, mon cher Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Да. Просто това не е достатъчно, иначе. Да.
Asher has a strong alibi and we don't have any other suspect. But what was the point of this crime?
Аде.
She had no debts. She gave Franz Asher money regularly. She wasn't owed money. Nobody stood to gain anything.
No doubt about it, the murderer is insane.
And I fear that we had not heard the last of him.
I hope you're wrong for once.
Bien, let's go back to London. If we hurry, we should catch the 7:02 train. Are you coming?
No, unfortunately, I have to talk with Andover police.
See you soon then. Are you coming, Hastings? Let's go home, there's nothing for us here.
То се жълто ма съмня. Защото може да иска да докаже, че не сме достатъчно добри детективи, за да
Well,
открием
do you have any idea
престъплението.
about the killer's identity?
The crime was committed by a man of medium height, with red hair and suspicious eyes. He has a slight limp on the right foot and a wart just below his shoulder blade.
Poirot!
Mon ami, what do you want? You fix upon me a look of dog-like devotion and demand of me a pronouncement à la Sherlock Holmes. Now for the truth. I do not know what the murderer looks like, nor where he lives, nor how to set hands upon him.
What shall we do then?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Do not be so impatient, Hastings. The killer will manifest himself soon enough.
Просто чакай да убие
I
още
thought I
някой.
heard the postman. Maybe there's some news.
I will go and see.
Еми, смятам тук да сложим край на този епизод. Реално игришката е найс. Kind of съм очарован от нея, така че препоръчвам. Евентуално може би ще продължа, за да разкрия кой е истински убиец или да натупя някой невидим човек, няма как да знаем. Така че, да, ако ви е харесал този епизод, може да лайкнете, да сабскрайбнете, ако не ви е харесал, съответно да дизлайкнете. Може да оставите коментар, ако имате някакво мнение по играта. И така, пожелавам ви лек ден, лека вечер и до следващия епизод. Бай-бай!